Alexander Isak has finally spoken. The Swedish striker, who shook the transfer market by becoming part of the most expensive deal in British football history, has revealed his first impressions of Liverpool, the club that turned a long summer saga into an electrifying finale on the final day of the window. The former Newcastle player, known for his composure in front of goal and the elegance with which he carries the ball, arrived at Anfield carrying immense pressure to justify every penny spent on his arrival. But according to Isak himself, the initial impact of wearing the red shirt goes far beyond the pitch. His transfer story was far from simple. For weeks, the Swede fought a real battle behind the scenes to secure the move he wanted. Liverpool, under the guidance of Arne, had long insisted on the deal, seeing in Isak the perfect player to lead the attack and give a new face to the project of the Premier League champions. Newcastle, on the other hand, did not want to let go of their top scorer with 23 goals in the previous season. The stalemate dragged on until the very last breath of the transfer window. It was only on deadline day that the agreement was sealed, a cinematic ending, with Isak forcing his way out to fulfill his dream of playing at Anfield. However, not everything began as the Swede imagined. Having missed Newcastle's pre-season and lost match fitness during the negotiations, Isak arrived at Anfield physically compromised. Arne, aware of this, chose to ease him into the squad gradually. So far, he has played just 3 Premier League matches, starting twice. His only goal came in a 2-1 League Cup win over Southampton, a bittersweet night marked by Giovanni Leone's severe injury, a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament that will rule him out for the rest of the season. Still, Isak has not been deterred. Even not at peak fitness, the striker was called up to the Swedish national team for World Cup qualifiers. Sweden, struggling at the start of their campaign, needed their top scorer after stumbles against Slovenia and Kosovo. Isak's presence rekindled the fans' enthusiasm, but the player kept his focus away from the spotlight. During the September international break, he declined to take part in the traditional interviews and media duties of the national team, preferring silence and hard work. That silence, however, was broken just before Sweden's clash with Switzerland on the 10th of October. When asked by the press about his first impressions of Liverpool, Isak answered plainly but with evident enthusiasm. "It's been great so far. It's a great team, and the city has a special energy. The relationship between the team and the fans is something unique. I feel I'm in a place where football really beats." Those words were enough to ignite the Reds fan base. Since his arrival, Isak has received unwavering support from the Kop, who see him not just as a reinforcement, but as a new symbol of hope. Even with only 1 goal in 6 appearances, supporters believe it is only a matter of time before the Swede shows his true self, the lethal, technically gifted and intelligent striker who dazzled the Premier League in a Newcastle shirt. And Isak himself seems to sense that the moment is approaching. The player admitted that the adaptation process has been challenging, but assured that the worst is behind him. He said, "I feel in a much better position now than a month ago. I've had more minutes, more game time, and things have begun to settle. Tomorrow, I'm ready for 90 minutes if needed." These words, simple but firm, reflect a sense of rebirth. He knows he must regain his rhythm, but also that he is on the verge of giving his true contribution to the club.
Excited but natural voice, British accent. Manager Arne, meanwhile, has shown patience and confidence. Since taking charge at Liverpool, the Dutch coach has implemented a philosophy based on intensity and game control. Isak, with his refined style and intelligent movement, fits perfectly into this concept. The issue, according to Slot, is simply time. He is an extraordinary player. What he needs now is continuity and minutes. When that happens, everyone will see why we fought so hard to bring him, the coach said in a recent interview. The truth, however, is that Liverpool are going through a delicate moment. After a promising start, the team has lost momentum ahead of the international break. The 2-1 defeat at Chelsea's Stamford Bridge rang alarm bells. It was the third consecutive setback, following slip-ups against Crystal Palace and Galatasaray. The latter, in the Champions League, left deep wounds, not just in the team's morale, but also in the medical department. Goalkeeper Alisson suffered a tendon injury and will be out until after the November break. With the Brazilian sidelined, Georgi Mamadashvili has taken responsibility in goal. The young Georgian is being tested to the limit, and the upcoming clash promises to be his biggest challenge. The Merseyside fixture against Manchester United. The Reds return to Anfield, desperately needing a win to get back on track. On the other side, United are in recovery mode under Ruben Amorim, who replaced Erik ten Hag and is beginning to show signs of progress, coming off a convincing 2-0 victory over Sunderland. For Slot and Isak, the match against United carries special significance. It is the opportunity to prove that Liverpool's project is still on track despite the turbulence. The Dutch manager has been calling for calm and faith in the process, emphasizing that great changes take time and patience. We are building something new, and that doesn't happen overnight. But the foundation is solid, and the players believe in it, Slot recently said. Isak, for his part, sees the derby as the perfect stage to show who he is. In earlier interviews, he has mentioned growing up watching Liverpool-Manchester United clashes, dreaming of one day being part of such a historic rivalry. Now, that dream is on the verge of coming true. These games are different. The energy is something else. Every player feels something special is at stake, the Swede said in a recent interview. Behind the scenes, sources close to the club reveal that the striker has been standing out in training. His committed and quiet demeanor has caught the attention of his teammates. He avoids the spotlight off the pitch, but inside it, he displays a remarkable hunger for improvement. Fitness coaches confirm that Isak has been working intensively to regain his peak condition, and the technical staff have already noticed significant improvements in his explosiveness and stamina. The city of Liverpool also seems to have won the Swede's heart. Those close to him say he was impressed by the warm welcome he's received from fans in the streets and club staff. Unlike the more reserved atmosphere in Newcastle, Anfield has an electric, almost spiritual vibe, something Isak describes as unique. He's been exploring the city discreetly, but says he's enchanted by the vibrant rhythm and the locals' passion for football.
While the Swede adapts, supporters wait eagerly for his awakening. There is a collective feeling that when Isak finds his best form, he could be the missing piece for Arne Slot's system to work fully. Fans believe the attacking trio with Salah and Luis Diaz has the potential to be devastating, and Isak could be the catalyst for this new phase of Liverpool. At a club where every striker carries the weight of history, from Rush to Fowler, from Torres to Suarez, from Salah to now Isak, the Swede has a rare opportunity before him to write a new chapter in the Red tradition. And if his composure and Slot's faith are anything to go by, that chapter promises to be thrilling. Liverpool is living a moment of redefinition, and Alexander Isak is the symbol of this new era. The city has welcomed him, the club believes in him, and the manager trusts his potential. Now it is up to the player to turn that expectation into reality. Because at Anfield, great players do not just play football, they make history. And all signs point to Isak's story at Liverpool having only just begun.